Hi, I'm Scott Schubert, and today I'm going to show you how to install multiple indicators in the same channel in Metatrader 4 and Metatrader 5, and then I'm going to show you why that might be something that could be very important to you in your trading. So let's get started right now. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is in Metatrader 4, you can, as you may know, go to Insert Indicators and choose a certain indicator and then put it into your chart. And so with this particular indicator and a lot of indicators in Metatrader 4, the way that you deal with scaling issues so that you have multiple indicators that are actually scaling together instead of moving up and down. As you scroll back and forth, they're not locked together, and so it doesn't give the right effect that you need to read it. So you can put in a fixed minimum, and I'm going to put in negative 400 and a fixed maximum of 400, and we'll have a period of 20. Apply to the close, what I prefer, and then here you can choose a color and the thickness and the style. Okay, so I'm going back to well, for this particular indicator, you want to make sure you go back to the oscillators folder, and I have gone to View Navigator so that these indicators are showing on the left hand side of the chart. And if you now just take this indicator and drag it into the same channel, and we'll make this one 25, and then you'll see in Metatrader 4 you got to put in that fixed minimum manually each time. In Metatrader 5 they have made it default to whatever you did last time, saving a little time, but as we know, Metatrader 4 and Metatrader 5 have never had any changes of any significant improvement in somewhere around 10 years. So this is exactly the same as it was 10 years ago. Nothing has ever been changed. Anyway, so that's one of the things that you have to do manually each time in Metatrader 4. When you go into Metatrader 5, you'll see that it's a lot quicker. Okay, so the next one is 25, and everything else just leave the same. And then now you have two indicators in the same channel, and they're locked together. So if I scroll back and forth, they just maintain their tight scaling together. So then all I got to do is keep on putting them in there, and fixed minimum. You can put any number in here, fixed minimum, fixed maximum, and it's cutting off the outlying part where this goes outside of 400 and just cutting it there so that it doesn't scale way to one side. And 400 is just an arbitrary number that you can use, negative 350, 400, or 450, or any odd number in between there. You could put negative 379 or something. As long as you have the same number in all of the indicators is the only thing that really matters. If you are not sure what I'm talking about, try putting different numbers in there and look at it. You'll see what I mean. So I'm going to add another one. This time 35. Fixed minimum, fixed maximum. Boom, we got another one, put it in there. 40, fixed minimum, minus 400. Fixed maximum 400. Okay. Do it again. We're looking to put 6 CCIs in here. 45 minus 400. 400. Once more. 50 minus 400. 400. Click. Okay, now you have now you have 6 CCIs in here that are locked together with precision, and we won't go into the details of how you would use this indicator for trading in this video, but the first thing that you will notice is that when you first get started in trading, you may come across information that is using indicators. And I remember when I first was learning things, one person was saying, you use this stochastics, and the setting is 833. And then someone else will say that use the stochastics and the setting is 533. And then one of my mentors was demonstrating that, well, on this time frame, use 1333 or 855, or changing the values of the indicators. And eventually I discovered that if using indicators is extremely limited to what they can actually do anyway, and I have looked through all the different types of oscillators and indicators, and most of them are just completely useless, and I don't have any use for them at all. But if there is any use, they would help you the most by having a range of settings in one channel, so that you're not just seeing. You certainly don't want to look for an indicator to cross a level on a random time frame, because that doesn't really have anything to do with why you would enter a trade, or that would just be just not even related. But there may be some significance to the way that they oscillate, and the way that they cross levels together, and whether they are compressed together or spread apart. And there is a definite leading aspect that CCI is able to demonstrate and convey visually by having multiple CCIs on there. And so we can't go further into that in this video, but take a look at some of the different templates that I have used in the past. Here's one that has multiple stochastics. Notice that if I'm on the 4-hour, these are tuned to a frequency. This is actually showing you that, okay, this is going down, now it's going up. But if I go to a shorter time frame, it is no longer useful. Just going to the 1 hour is just, that's not going to be able to be used for trading. So there are resonant frequencies, which we also are not going to get into in this video. I'm showing you how to put multiple indicators in one channel, and just showing you different examples of that. Here's another example, some multiple moving averages and some multiple stochastics. Okay, so in Metatrader 5, it's exactly the same, except when you put the first one on there, and here it's defaulting to typical price HLC divided by 3. And so I'm going to change that to close, a period of 20, close, and fixed minimum minus 400, fixed maximum 400, And there we go. The next one I put in there, it's already in there for negative 400 and 400. So the only thing I change is the period. So now that's going to be very fast. I can just start throwing them in there and just changing the period only. Very quick, very fast. Again, so nice that Metatrader 5 was able to make this improvement 10 years ago, but Metatrader 4 still the same. Okay, so then I have 6 commodity channel index indicators in one channel on this chart. So you can see how quick and how easy that is. And here's an example of a chart that has multiple CCI as well as multiple instances of an indicator called the stochastics fan. And well, just notice how this can reveal to your eye and to your brain certain information that you may not be able to see if you had one indicator with a certain setting on there. And this is definitely just the beginning of how you would discover how to read the market using price action and using any particular indicator, which, as I have said, using indicators is an extremely limited way of reading the market. But there are certain indicators that may have some value in helping you to read the market, but there is certain steps that you would have to know in order to read anything on any chart of the financial markets. And if you put indicators on your chart and open up a random currency pair on a random time frame and look and try to read how it's going up and down and crossing levels, that in itself would be completely useless. Don't even bother trying to do that. There are other more important steps that you need to do in order to read the market. And some indicators may be able to assist you in that process, but I have never had a trading method that was based on an indicator crossing a certain level or anything like that. So if you would like to find out what really works in trading Forex or any other market, in stocks and commodities and metals and cryptocurrencies, just go to tradingmastermind.com.